Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Welcome again to the subject engineering drawing. Today our topic is sheet layout and sketching. This is week second and it's our second lecture of this week. This subject is taught in first semester of the first year. This subject has no prerequisites. Your course teacher is Engineer Kamal Zaman, and you can ask any question while email me. My email is kamar.sewell@soot.edu.pk. This lecture will be available on the portal.soot.edu.pk. So you can log into your portal using your own email IDs and you can download the relevant data, helping materials and this lecture. Coming towards topic, sheet layout and sketching. Today our topic is sheet layout and sketching. So I want to show you the outlines of this lecture. That are margin. The first one is margin. The second one is border lines. The third one is orientation mark. The fourth one is grid reference system. The fifth one is title block, and in the last, scales and scale drawing. So these are the outlines of today's lecture. First we will see that what is margin, how it is provided and why it is provided. The second one is border lines. That what are the border lines, what are the purposes of border lines, what is the spacing given in the border lines from the different margins. The third one is orientation mark. That was what is orientation mark and for what purpose orientation mark is used. The fourth one is grid reference system. We will see in detail that what is a grid reference system used and for what purpose grid reference system is utilized. The fifth one is a title block. The title block will show us the detail of a drawing. And in the last, we will see that scales and scale drawing. So these are the topics and outlines of today's lecture. Coming towards one by one to each topic. First one is margin. Margin is provided in the drawing sheet by drawing margin lines. What does a drawing margin lines mean? So if we will consider here a sheet, for example, this is any sheet. For example, I will consider here A1 sheet. So these are the margin. Here you can see here the final edges. These are known as margins. For example, if you want to print something, if you want to print anything, for example, I want to print any drawing up to this extent. So these are the margin, and up to this extent the margin line is drawn. Outside this margin line, this area is not used for any drawing purpose or any writing or any other thing. So this place or these outside areas are known as border margin. After trimming, the prints would be of the recommended size of trimmed size. After trimming this size, trimming means to cut out, to oust these areas. So these are the margin, and the line provided here is the margin line. This is a margin line, this is a margin line. Up to the last extent of the printable area is known as margin, and this margin is provided by applying and using and drawing the margin lines. So this is the margin. Now coming towards border lines, that what is a border line and how we can draw the border lines. Here it is written that clear working space is obtained by drawing border lines. Uh, for a clear working space, we draw a drawing lines around a sheet. For example, this is a sheet. This is a sheet. For example, this is a sheet, and we want to draw something, any drawing like a building. For example, this is a any building, and we want to construct this building. So there is a boundary. This boundary is known as, these lines now are known as boundary border lines. So the border lines are provided for the clear working space. Now you can see that here it is a clear working space provided for drawing. More space is provided on the left hand side for the purpose of binding or filing if necessary. This statement says that, for example, if we have a sheet like this and I want to draw a border lines around it in the sheet. So you can see I am constructing or drawing a line here, and then in this side, and to the right side, and to the bottom side of the sheet. Here you can see the space given is more than all the three other sides, like right, bottom, and top. Here I write top, top. The space given is 1 centimeter here, 1 centimeter here, and 1 centimeter here. While on the other side, that is left side, on the left side the space is 2 centimeter or 20 millimeter. Why it is 2 centimeter and others are 1 centimeter? The main objectives of providing the 2 centimeter space in the left side is that if we want to bind these sheets, it can easily be binded, or for filing purposes. For example, if there is a less space, then the drawing would be hidden inside the sheets. However, if space is given more, like they are 20 centimeter, 20 millimeter, so it can easily be binded. For example, here you can bind it, and here, and after binding you can easily turn over it. Page 1, page 2, page 3, easily it can be binded, and easily you can see or check the drawings. So for this purpose, the 2 centimeter space to the left is provided. And in the other formats, it can also be in the inches. For example, I would also draw the other formats. For example, here you can use in inches. I want to draw here in the inches. Here the space given is 1 inch. However, on the other sides, it may be half inch, half inch, and half inch, half inch. If it depends upon you whether you choose this format or this one, both are okay. Yeah, but follow only one format, that is that should be common in your all drawings. For example, if you want to use this format, so please carry this one format. However, if you want to choose the second one, then use the second one for whole drawing, for whole lab tasks. Coming towards the orientation marks, Four centering marks are drawn to facilitate positioning of the drawing for the reproduction purpose. Four centering marks are drawn to facilitate positioning of the drawing for the reproduction purpose. The orientation mark will coincide with one of the centering marks which can be used for the orientation of drawing sheets on the drawing board. For example, here I will show the drawing sheet. Here you can see one point and the other center, the second point, the right third point, and on the bottom it's a fourth point. So the orientation mark is used to show the centering. The orientation mark will coincide with one of the centering mark which can be used for the orientation of drawing sheet on the drawing board. For example, here if you want to fix this one, so this can easily be utilized for orientation purposes. You can uh, up and down this sheet. So the orientation, for example, from this center point you want to go to any point from this one or from to this side or to this side. So this orientation mark is applied to the drawing sheet. Now, what is grid reference system, which is also known as zones system? The grid reference system is drawn on the sheet to permit easy location on the drawing, such as details, alteration, or addition. In the drawing purpose, or in any map, or in any plan, it's necessary to draw a grid system. For example, this is a sheet, and I will draw here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and for example 9, 0 to 9. And on the other side, that is left or right, I want to draw A, B, C, D, E, F, etc. Here I will write A to Z. This is a reference system. This grid reference system is used to locate the position of an object on the drawing sheet. For example, here I want to construct any circle. So this circle, I have constructed this circle, I have drawn this circle, and now I want to locate its position. So from here you can see 0, 1, 2, and 3. It lies on the third position from the bottom, no, from the top. And from here, from the left side, if I want to see, that is A, B, C, D. So its position is on the sheet is D on the left side and 3 from the bottom. So the position shown here is 3D. If someone asks you a question that the object which you have drawn is placed on the sheet to please locate its position, you can easily show him the position by grid reference system or zones system. Like this system, Pakistan is also, for example, this is an earth, and earth is divided in four parts. uh, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Pakistan is located here. In the grid reference system, the latitude and longitude of Pakistan starts from 33 latitude and 71 longitude. So this is the grid reference system, and using this grid system, it easily locate you the original position of an object or any other thing which is located on the map or on the sheet. So this is a grid reference system. Hope you got this grid reference system or a zone system. Here is a explanation of the sheet. that you can see here. This is a sheet and this is a grid reference system. As I told you that A, B, C, D. On the other side is also A, B, C and D. On the top and bottom you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and the same is on the bottom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Both numerical numbers and letters, that is A, B, C, D, are shown here for the purpose of a grid reference system. The other one that is shown here is drawing frame. This one is known as a drawing frame. Okay, now orientation mark, which I told you that what is orientation mark? Orientation mark is used to center an object or to use to for the purpose of locating the or moving the sheets up and down. Title block or title box is given at the right bottom of the sheet to provide the detail of an object in the drawing sheet. These are the edges of the drawing sheet which are shown here. For example, these are the edges, etc., etc. Trimming marks up to it, the point where we trim or cut the sheet is known as trimming mark. Here are 4 trimming position, 1, 2, 3, 4 positions are or marks are given here. Now I am going to show you the title block. That what is the title block? Space for the title block must be provided in the bottom right hand corner of the drawing sheet. Here you can see space for the title block must be provided in the bottom right hand corner of the drawing sheet. Here which the format which we are following is that the title block must be given here. The title block in the right bottom corner. The size of the title block is 185 millimeter into 65 millimeter for all designations of the drawing sheets. For all the designation mean that A0, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, etc. The same the same title blocks dimension be used. So the title block is provided for the purpose of defining and giving the information in the drawing sheet. For example, here is any object which we have drawn here, so it gives the full details of the object. For example, it is constructed by which company, by which person, or on what scale, and the date of the construction of the drawing, and drawing number, as well as the title of the drawing. Different details are given here. The size of the title block is 185 millimeter in length and 65 millimeter in width. The line that is constructed from the border line must be 185 millimeter, that is 18.5 millimeter, 18.5 centimeter, and 65 millimeter or 6.5 centimeter line be drawn from this border line up to here. Using this method we can construct a title block. A sample shown here for a title block is this length is 18.5 centimeter and the width is 6.5 centimeter. So again the 6.5 centimeter is divided in two parts. The first one here from the bottom is 20 millimeter apart or 2 centimeter apart, while the remaining is 4.5 centimeter apart. 4.5 centimeter. So combining both of them, 4.5 and 2, it becomes 6.5 centimeter. So 6.5 centimeter is the width of the title block, while 18.5 centimeter is the length of the title block. Here you can see that the section again is divided in two parts. That is, the first one is scale and the other one is the ratio of the scale, at which kind of scale is used, whether it is a reducing, enlarging, or same size or full size scale. The distance or the dimension here should be kept 1 centimeter for each. Title. The title must be provided here. The title is of a title must be like what we construct in the drawing. That is, for example, here it is written that lines, lettering, and dimensioning. So lines, lettering, and dimensioning are shown in the drawing sheet. So we will write a title here. If someone wants to construct a building for example, a residential building, so he will write here a residential building or any other drawing. So the name or title will be changed accordingly. Name of the firm mean which company constructs this drawing, or which company or which consultant draws these drawings. So as we are studying in university, as a student, we will just write here civil engineering department, Sarah University of Science and Information Technology, Peshawar. The other parts of a title block are drawing number. We will provide a space here that you can see. For example, now this part, it is again you can see 2 centimeter in length and width, and the remaining 5.5 centimeter in length. Here you can see that drawing number 01 is given. For example, if you draw drawing number 1, so you will write here drawing number 1. If you draw drawing 2, then you will write drawing 2, drawing 3, drawing 4, drawing 5, drawing 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, etc. If you want to construct a drawing for a building, you can write here drawing number 1. For example, drawing number 1 for a if you want to construct a multi-story building drawing, here is a basement, here is a first story or ground floor, here is a second story, and etc, etc. So for the first section, that is a basement, we can write here that it's a drawing number 1. Drawing number 1, here we can see basement. And for drawing number 2, the same, we will write here drawing number 2, and in the drawing number 2 we will write in the title bar that is ground floor, and in the third drawing number 3 we will write the first story, second story, third story, etc, etc. So this section is provided for that purpose. In these parts, the space should be given 1 centimeter for name, date. Here you can see date and name, and this can be spared. So 1 centimeter space is given here. After this, you can see that the section be divided in 5 parts, 7 millimeter each, 7 millimeter each, 7, 7, 7, 7, and 7. This becomes 3.5 centimeter or 35 millimeter, and 1 plus 1 45 millimeter, and plus 2 centimeter, it becomes 6.5 centimeter. In this section you will write drawn by. For example, someone draws the drawing, I will write here x y z, this name of the student, date, on which date you have completed or any student has completed this drawing. So he will write here a drawing, for example 3rd December 2020. Registration number, what is your registration number? You will write here a registration number, section, and which section you are studying. For example, you are in section A, section B, section C, or in any section. You have, here you will write a section. Semester, which in which semester you are, in semester first, second, third. So we are offering this subject in semester first, so you will write here semester first. Checked by, it is a portion that is checked by any teacher. However, if you are in any company, so in the last, the supervisor or the any other responsible man will check it. So this section is given for the checking, or the last signature is by any responsible person in the company. Now coming towards the scales and scale drawing. There are three types of scales. The first one is reducing scales, the second one is enlarging scales, and the third one is full size scales. So what does it mean? I am going to explain one by one. First one is reducing scale, and here you can see the scale ratio is 1:2, and example is given here, the building plan. What is reducing scale? It is clear from the name. For example, if we have a building and the size of a building is too large, so we will not be able to draw this large size building in a sheet. For example, here is a sheet and we want to construct 120 square yard residential building drawing. So how we will be able to construct or draw this drawing on the sheet? For this purpose we reduce the scale to draw easily the same drawing on the sheet. Here you can see the ratio shows that the object is reduced. For example, हमारे पास एक line है and we want to draw this line in a sheet, and the length of the sheet is 5 feet, for example, and the line that is given to us is 15 feet. So how will we construct this line on the 5 feet sheet? We are not able to construct or draw this line on the sheet of 5 feet, so we will reduce it. So how we can reduce it? We want to reduce it to 3 times. So up to 3 times we will write here that 1:3. So now we are able to construct this 15 feet line on the 5 feet sheet. So this is known as reducing scale. Enlarging scale. What is enlarging scale? For example, we have a sheet and here we have any screw or any other material or any other part of an instrument that we want to construct or draw on the drawing sheet. However, its actual size is too small that is not recognizable to draw on the drawing sheet. For this purpose we draw the same object on a large scale. For example, its original size is 1 centimeter. However, if we want to show this uh, screw on the drawing sheet but want to be clear and precise, for this purpose we will increase its scale. So I have increased a scale from 1 centimeter to 10 centimeter. Now you can see that the object is clearer than the first one. It seems that this one is a little bit not clear. However, this one is clear. So enlarging scales is utilized. For example, its original size was 1 centimeter. I have written also its original size is 1 centimeter, but I have increased its size to 10 centimeter. Now you can see that its size is 10 centimeter. So the ratio will be 10 ratio 1. This is known as enlarging scale. The example given, rod's bolt. The third one is full size scale. Full size scale means that if any object on the original, for example, this is a sheet, and any object which is in the original position having a dimension of 2 centimeter and 1 centimeter, and we want to construct the same and actual the object on the drawing sheet. So 2 centimeter and 1 centimeter, 2 and 1. So we haven't changed its dimension, neither increase nor decrease its scale, and we keep the same size of the original object on the drawing sheet. Also, this is known as full size scale. It can be written as 1 ratio 1. For this purpose we will write the ratio 1 ratio 1. For example, this is the original one and this is the drawing which we have drawn on the drawing sheet. We haven't changed its scale, neither increased nor decreased. For example, notebook. Notebook is the example of the full size scale. For example, here 3 um, uh, 3 centimeter, or here 5 centimeter. So the 3 and 5 centimeter size is drawn again. The actual size is drawn on the drawing sheet, 3 centimeter and 5 centimeter. This is known as full size scales. uh, Hope you got this lecture. Thank you. Inshallah, we will meet again in the next lecture. Up to this extent, if you have any question, any query, you can email me or ask me on the portal. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.